All right, I'm back. Here we go. Got three more problems to do, or four, something like that. What is the volume of this cone? Give answers in terms of pi. Okay, so volume of a cone. Oops, I want blue. The formula is 1/3 the volume of a cylinder, and a cylinder is circles stacked on top of each other. All right, so what did they give us here? Well, the height, we know that's 7. Okay, so let's label that as H. And then this is the diameter, but the radius would be half that, which is 2. So I think we got everything we need here. We're going to go 1/3 pi times the radius, 2, squared, times the height, which is 7. And we're not going to use the pi button on our calculator. We're just going to find one. Let's do it like this. How about 2 squared times 7? We need 1/3 of that. So there's two ways you could write that. We could divide that by 3. I don't really like this way, but we could go, okay, it's 9.3 repeating pi. What do we got? Yards, cubic yards. I would accept that. That's fine. Or you could go math, enter, enter, and turn that into a fraction. It's 28 thirds. I kind of like that better. Or how about 28 pi thirds yards cubed? Either one of those is fine. Not sure I saw that second one at all, people. Next, volume of this sphere, terms of pi. Okay, well, volume of a sphere. So we got volume, oops, of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. I mean, you had notes, so memorizing these formulas should not be that big a deal. So we're going to do 4/3 times pi, because we're doing this in terms of pi, and we've got our radius, so 6 cubed. All right, so let's do, how about 4/3 times 6 cubed? That's 288. So our answer is 288 pi cubic inches. That's it. That's the volume, 288 pi. Again, we could multiply this answer times pi, and we could say that it's about 904.8 cubic inches, but in terms of pi, let's see, yeah, in terms of pi would be this answer right here. 12. What is the volume of this sphere? Okay. Okay, volume of a sphere. All right, we're doing this again. Volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. We're using the pi button on our calculator, okay? And so what do we got? I mean, we just have this one dimension, but that's the diameter. The radius would be half of that. 37.4 divided by 2 is 18.7. So that's the number I need. That's the only number I need, like literally. That and pi, I guess, and this 4/3. So we're going 4/3 times the pi button on our calculator. We're doing 18.7 cubed. It says to round to the nearest tenth. So it's, I mean, it's all calculator work. Let's go 4/3 times pi times 18.7 to the third power. That's it. It is 27,391.3 cubic yards. It's a big ball. Uh-oh. Got to find the volume of this shape. All right. Well, the volume of that whole thing is the volume of the cylinder The whole thing is the volume of the cylinder. Let's do different colors. But the volume of the cylinder plus the volume of the cone. All right, so we need to do volume equals the cylinder, pi r squared. Now we're doing 3.14. So let's go 3.14 times radius. What's our radius here? That's our radius, 6. R squared times h, that's our height. Okay, so 8 plus 1/3 pi r squared. So let's go 1/3 times pi. I'll put this 3.14 in parentheses too, just to kind of clean things up, times our radius, which is, this is also our radius right here is 6. Again, so we're going to put 6 squared there. And then our height of our cone is 7. So there we go. I mean, I'm just going to punch that entire thing into the calculator at once and round it at the end. Let's do it. It's a lot of work, but parentheses 3.14 parentheses 6 squared parentheses 8. Okay, so there's the volume of the cylinder plus 1/3 times pi times radius squared times height. I mean, there we go. So a lot here. 3.14 pi r squared h. 3.14 6 squared 8. And then we've got 1/3 pi 6 squared 7. That's 1/3 pi radius squared height. Enter, and that's the answer I got when the first time I did this, and I showed a lot more work. But I think this is the cleanest way to go. I mean, if we can just lay everything out and put it into the calculator, we're done. And I'm done. That's it. That's the last answer. If you're doing a retake, good for you. Do your practice. If you're not doing a retake and you just watch this because you like the sound of my voice, good for you too.